Within Barcelona, they say that Guille Fernandez, who is 15 years old, is a youngster everyone can eventually see in the first team, following the same path as many others. He is rated very highly and someone with a lot of potential, and has already participated in several training sessions with the first team under the guidance of Xavi Hernandez, who has been very impressed by his play. If you guys do not know who Guille Fernandez is, he is a 15-year-old Spanish attacking midfielder. He can also play as a central midfielder, and sometimes he is even seen playing as a CDM, but his main role is to play as a number 8. He just joined Barcelona under 18 back on July 1st, 2023, and he was recently called to play for Barcelona Atletic, which happened about 2 or 3 days ago. And on that day, when he did participate in the match with Barcelona Atletic, he broke the record that was held by Yamal. It says here that at just 15 years old, 9 months and 12 days, Guille Fernandez is the youngest player ever to make his debut for Barcelona B, and he beats Yamal, who made his debut with 15 years, 9 months and 23 days, not 12 days. So we're talking about an 11-day difference here, in which Guille Fernandez was able to break. So he is now the youngest player ever to feature for Barcelona Atletic, and he came in as a substitute, and Barcelona B later went on to beat Osasuna 3-2 with a great comeback, because when he came in, they were losing 2-1. This was the exact same game where Michael Faye scored the last-minute winner. So as you can see that his progress is going by so fast, and he is simply becoming too good for the levels that he has been placed in. The last time I have seen a player go into, like, let's say for example like Juvenal A and become too good and then go to Barcelona B, but then to find out that he's still too good for that team and go into the first team, it was Ansu Fati. Guille Fernandez is going through the exact same process. They're like, okay, he's going to be playing for the under 18, but only to find out that they need him at Barcelona Atletic. He later went on to the training sessions with the first team, and Xavi Hernandez is like, oh my god, like this player is just too good. He does not need to be there. He can eventually come to the first team in about 1 to 2 years, maybe even before. And so look, he is an attacking midfielder. Many have claimed that he plays very similar to Jude Bellingham or someone like Pedri or even Frankie de Jong. They say this because Guille Fernandez knows how to carry the ball, very similar to Bellingham or Frankie de Jong, but just in high areas. He never loses the ball. He does a lot of step overs to go past players. He's very composed on the ball. He uses his strength to not lose the ball in high areas. He takes a lot of long shots too, and he almost acts like a number 9 because he's really good at running behind the defense. This probably explains why he came in for Marc Guiu in the match against Osasuna. And just to go further back on his history with La Masia, back in the 2022-2023 season in the league for Cadet A, he scored 16 goals, provided 7 assists. He was the second top scorer of the team and the league. He was the third top assister of the team and the youngest player of the team. He won the MVP for a couple of tournaments and the KDB Cup. This explains the reason why his progression is going by so fast, is because he's just too good. He scores too many goals, he provides too many assists. He got claimed the MVP just out of nowhere, and they're like, oh my god, this player here is different. Let's see how far we can test the player. And that is why he was able to impress Xavi Hernandez during the first team training sessions. And just 2 months ago, Guille Fernandez scored 4 goals for the Spanish national team under 17. They were playing a game against Germany, and in that game, Spain won 7-0. So Guille Fernandez scored more than half of that as a attacking midfielder. And this was for like some sort of under 17 international tournament. So now that I think about it, looking at the amount of goals he is scoring, I would even say that his progression is going by just like Moukoko. I don't know if you guys remember Moukoko, who does play for Dortmund. During his academy years, it was claimed that he scored 117 goals in like 90 games or something crazy like that. Usually that is considered as like an indicator to the scouters and the coaches to see if they are just too good for their own league. So he is a midfielder that knows how to dominate positional play. Like he knows how to do that correctly and always able to unbalance any opposition that he does have to face with like some amazing moves. So because he has shown to be so elite, just like Lamine Yamal, just like Balde, his agent is Jorge Mendes. So if his agent is Jorge Mendes, like dude, like his contract is going to be ending in about 2 months with Barcelona. I hope that Jorge Mendes can make this player continue for like another 2 more years so we can get more data to understand whether he could be ready for the first team sooner rather than later. And I do want to say one last thing. I know that this does get a little annoying because you guys hear me say this like in almost every video, but this is the reason why Xavi Hernandez needs to continue at the club. I know, I get it. I know that I say this in every video, but I just want to put it out there, right, to the world, to the universe, in hopes that my words manifest. But this is the reason why Xavi Hernandez should continue, even if Barcelona do not win anything at all, because of his ability to develop talent. I do think that if Xavi continues, we will eventually see Guille Fernandez make his debut in the first team, not this season, maybe not even in the next season, although that would be great, but maybe in the season after that. The 2025-2026 season would be the most ideal. Anything before that would be amazing. I would also not be surprised surprised if it happens, because only Xavi Hernandez and maybe Pep Guardiola, maybe some other legend from Barcelona would prioritize La Masia, because the way that Xavi Hernandez has been bringing in these youngsters to the first team has been amazing. Look at Balde, look at Gavi, look at Cubarsí, look at Hector Fort, look at Fermin Lopez, look at Lamine Yamal. Yes, I know what you guys are going to be saying, but Kevin, he did not bring up Balde. Balde came to the first team before Xavi Hernandez came. Yes, I know that, but Xavi knows how to bring the best out of the youngsters from La Masia and also introduce them to the first team for the first time. You can just see, right, with all of these youngsters coming in, even with Guille Fernandez, that Barcelona are gonna hit their second golden era. Like, it's gonna happen, whether you like it or not, whether you're a Real Madrid fan or not, whether you like Atletico Madrid, whether you like Liverpool or City and you despise Barcelona, whatever, right? Barcelona is going to be hitting that second golden era. And the most important thing that Barcelona need to do, out of all things, I do not care if it's about finances, I do not care if our shirts look ugly, but the one thing that we have to prioritize and make sure it gets taken care of very well is to make sure that these youngsters that are coming from La Masia and our current youngsters get developed in the right way, so Barcelona in the future don't have to spend so much money on their squad, because these players are coming in and becoming world class. And the only way these players can become world class is by having a correct coach, a coach that is respected by the youngsters. And the only one that I see is Xavi Hernandez. Again, you have Pep Guardiola, maybe Luis Enrique, but as of now, to be realistic, it is Xavi. So let's see what Guille Fernandez does within these next 2 or 3 months for the rest of the season. Let's see if he continues to impress. I don't know. Could he make his debut in the first team in the next season? Again, we'll see. We don't know. He's 15 years old. He can mess up for the next 2 years. It really wouldn't matter. He's just too young. He'll be 16 or 17 years old by the next season, the exact same age of Lamine Yamal and Cubarsí when they first came in. And so again, we'll see. Only time will tell. And I hope that he gets developed in the right way. He does not encounter any injuries and his body respects him. And I wish him all the best. That is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.